What's up, guys? This is Rydek from Rogue Sheep Gaming hanging out with,
Unaided Knave.
and we're going to go ahead and do the achievement guides in Pillar of Autumn. I know that this video is kind of out of order, but I didn't think that I grabbed these achievements. These were actually kind of lost to me for a minute, but I found them on my hard drive, and I'm going to go ahead and bring them to you. Now, Knave, you've actually never played this game.
Not once. Wasn't an Xbox guy until 360 came out. I was always kind of a PlayStation guy, but once I started playing Halo, I got really addicted to it, and I definitely want to take the time to play Combat Evolved and Halo Anniversary for number 2.
Yeah, definitely. With the release of the Anniversary Edition on November the 11th, definitely going to be coming back here for those achievement guides. Anyway, let's go ahead and start this one off. This one we're going to be picking up the achievements Overshields are for sissies, and we're also going to be picking up Walk It Off. Now, those achievements require you to basically not pick up any health, the health packs that are spread out throughout the game, or, and that's the idea that since you've never played this, you've never actually had the health pack system before, except for on Reach.
Yeah, well, ODST had a
Oh
health
yeah,
pack system.
ODST did have a health
Yep.
pack system. Anyway, yes, so you will not pick up any health packs, and there will be 2 places where you can get overshields, but you're going to go ahead and skip those because you're not going to need them. Now right here is just the initial portion. Everybody's ran through this before. I've done a couple of guides on this as well. You're just going to plow through this hallway until you get to the captain. I just kind of find it hard to believe that you haven't played this game.
That's understandable. It really is.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
I just need to go out and buy the game, in all honesty, and play through it. I could probably finish it in a day and a half.
Jeez, man. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and skip the cutscene in the interest of time here. I'm going to go ahead and start off in the cafeteria section. Basically, Bandana is not on at this point in time because I just started the game, so I really don't have any skulls. So this is kind of going to be the run that you would be doing at first. So kind of go through here, and the majority of the time you're going to be using your pistol and the plasma pistol.
One thing we did notice the other day, though, was once you pick up the skulls in the level, they are completely active until you completely exit out of the game. So.
Oh no, that's on 2.
Is it 2?
Yeah, that's on 2. Yeah.
Oh.
Once you pick up the skulls, you actually have to activate them in the menu. No. Halo 2 is a whole different animal. And actually, the skulls. Little fun fact: the skulls were not in the original Halo game. They were actually added in just for the fans, I believe, and actually to up the difficulty a little bit, because people wanted their lasso runs as well.
Yeah.
But like I was saying, you're going to go ahead and just sort of rush through here with the plasma pistol and pistol combo. And that's fairly easy to take down elites, and especially it being on Legendary, you sort of want to be a little cautious. They can definitely take down your shields rather quickly, and the fact that you don't have infinite grenades sort of makes it a little bit more challenging. But, you know, if you're a Halo vet, or if you've played this game, the original, or you've played any of the other levels, you're sort of used to the fact that, you know, the plasma rifle shots are especially lethal to your shields. A group of grunts shooting at you can be devastating as well.
In a matter of seconds, too. I've seen it happen.
And now that we're kind of running low on ammo here, we're sort of just scouting out the room, making sure that there's no elites left that are going to sort of take into effect here. Finally going to show himself now, and I'll just go ahead and finish this guy off.
That's cool how it does that little plasma, like, bleed off of him once you shoot him with it. I've actually never noticed that before. Is it just in 1 and 2 that it does that?
I believe it's in all of them. I believe they added it. I believe 343 actually added that.
Huh.
I mean, because in the first one, I know that when you hit him with it, it was just like this green ball. It would look like it was kind of burning on him.
Yeah. It's just like I said, it's like a little plasma bleeded off of him. It's pretty cool looking.
Now you're gonna see a combination of epic fails here. I'm gonna miss the nub the first time, and then I'm gonna have to beat him into this corner here. Red elites on Legendary are still tough. Very, very tough. Now we're coming up on the first section for the overshields. The strategy here is just to go ahead and try to rush the area and throw grenades inside, so hopefully you can get both elites before they actually get a chance to spawn. Here I'm actually very unlucky, and the red elite was sort of waiting in there.
Dude, I swear I thought I saw you stick him.
Actually, I believe it went past him. But inside that room there, as I was trying to show before that elite rushed out, there are 2 overshields in there, but just go ahead and skip those. You're not going to need those.
Why? Because shields are for sissies.
Exactly. I thought it would be a little bit better to put, like, maybe the, what's the skull with the melee, where you have to melee for your shields to recharge. I can't remember exactly
Oh, God.
exactly what skull that was, but I think that would have been a little bit more of a challenge. Maybe combined it with that skull, maybe complete an entire level
Yeah.
with that particular skull on and without grabbing health packs or overshields. That would have been an amazing achievement. It would have been rather hard, especially because there's 2 sections in this level that are particularly just a pain in the ass to get through, especially if you don't have bandana and you don't have infinite grenades. It's just, especially the spiral stairs is just probably the worst area to get stuck in, because you have very limited cover, and you've got elites. You've got an elite and a grunt spawning in midway through the battle on the bottom, and you've got 2 elites and 4 grunts spawning in on top on an elevator at the very middle of the battle. So it's just a
Kind of
giant,
pinches you.
yeah, a giant clusterfuck of enemies that you kind of have to wade through, and especially on legendary and without bandana. Like I said, whoa, almost grabbed that health pack there on accident. That's the kind of the one thing you have to watch out for, is sometimes in the intermediate areas after you clear out a big rush of enemies, they'll kind of drop a health pack on the floor, or they'll put one in a corner where if you walk around you might grab it. So just sort of give the corners wide berth. And we're just kind of still moving through the ship here. We're going to go ahead and flank these guys. Now, there are going to be grunts inside here, so don't just go throwing plasma grenades willy-nilly in there like I was at the first room. I've done that several times and actually had the grunts.
Two elites.
Yeah, it's definitely nice to stick the elites and get them both. There's only actually 1 echelon of soldiers in there, so it's usually a red, a blue, and 2 grunts, and then with 2 more on the outside.
Yeah.
Now this area kind of gets ridiculous because these guys have already come out of their drop pod, and so they're already kind of dispersed, and there's no way to really rush this point. So the way that I approach this area is I basically try to draw the elites out into this open area and then get them with the plasma pistol combo. And the other thing that I try to take care of here is I try to make sure that the elites don't like come around that corner or start to charge at me, because if they start to charge you, there's very little cover back there. And then most of the time you can just especially with this area, you want to rush that elite and try to rush into that doorway where the health pack is, because there's going to be an elite that's going to like actually flank around, and he's going to start shooting me here in a second, and I'm going to totally be oblivious to it. I'm like, whoa, what the heck's going on? The guy actually just going to flank around, and he's actually, this elite in particular is just standing in the doorway. You can actually flank around and assassinate him, but the other guys will see you. So my method, just straight up rush the guys in the doorway, try to get a lucky stick or a lucky plasma pistol on the red elite, because he's going to be the most pain in the ass. And make sure you don't grab the health pack, of course.
Oh, there you go. I do think it's kind of BS that if you even just get close to him or walk up on him, that you pick him up automatically, but I guess that's kind of the point. It makes it more difficult for you to get this achievement.
Especially if you're not expecting him to be laying there on the floor.
Yep, or right there on the wall, coming around there too wide and back right up into it.
Now, as you can notice, I have 1 bar of life. Full shields, 1 bar of life. As I'm coming up on pretty much the most ridiculous and the hardest portion of the game. It's one of those deals to where you sort of want to move quickly, because if you don't, the Marines are going to get killed off and they're just going to be focus firing on you, and that's going to be the most ridiculous portion of it. And it's probably going to be one of the harder portions. Like, see, this is what I was saying. The guys
Yep,
spawn
they're
down,
spawning up
and I get
underneath, yeah.
this time I get a lucky enough stick on the guy to where I can actually like negate him completely. And now I see that the elites and the grunts have spawned in on the elevator, so now it's actually time to maybe be a little bit risky right there.
A little bit more aggressive.
I'm just trying to do anything to get to just get one of the elites down, because if you can start knocking the elites down, the grunts will sort of run away, and then you can sort of push up. Now here in a minute I'm going to get really aggressive, and that's just because I'm starting to get frustrated at this point, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm just going to start going in and just going to start going for the grunts and try to get a group kill. So now this is what I'm saying, don't be aggressive like this and just charge, because there could be guys up there, but lucky enough, though you didn't see, if you see in the replay that I'll show you later on, that I actually got a really lucky stick and that grunt dove into those elites. And actually killed them both, so I was really, really lucky to actually do that. Just like that, another faraway stick. I kind of like the fact that the sticky grenades in this game are so brutal. They're just vicious. I mean, even if you're...
they're devastating.
Yeah, I believe that's because they fixed the hitboxes in Halo 3 to where the hitboxes weren't like square. They were actually like form shaped with the character. But I mean, these sticky grenades are just devastatingly brutal. And here's another point: don't be doing what I'm doing and just keep sticking my head out, especially against red elites, because if that guy would have shot me one more time, I would have lost my shields and my health bar, and I would have probably died, and I would have had to, I would have probably been upset, but and plus it just looks embarrassing in a guide to have a death. I mean, sometimes it's unavoidable, but other times you just got to go with it.
Yep.
Here's another little portion of the game standing up to the test of time here. This still looks amazing. Still looks amazing.
It does still look very amazing.
12
So are you
years
using
later.
the old graphics or the new graphics in this video?
I only use the only use the new graphics because I feel that the old graphics take away from the run, because the environment's really dark and I have to turn up my brightness really high, and so it kind of throws off. Yeah, it throws the contrast off. And we're gonna go ahead and enter the first section of the tunnels. Now, in this first part, you don't have to worry about it, but in the second portion of the tunnels, which I'll show you later, you want to definitely eliminate the grunts that are inside of here. That's the reason why I'm going back there and looking, because sometimes grunts do spawn up in there and they will sneak up on you, and with the condition that I only have one red bar of health, probably not a good idea to have a grunt sneak up on you and start shooting you in the back, especially in a little narrow tunnel where it's hard to turn around and you can't really go anywhere. Now, there's 3 possible exits here that you can take. This first one right here, there's going to be a couple of grunts and an elite on the left, and then in the middle section there's going to be an elite kind of off to the left and in a doorway, and then there's going to be elite around the corner on the left. Now, I'm going to go ahead and exit out this far one. Now, I can't exactly remember if this was a no-death run. I'm kind of thinking it might be. I don't know. But we're going to go ahead and sneak up on this elite anyway. And now, hopefully, everybody's lucky and not like me, to where you can actually get a good shot at that stationary elite that was in that corner.
Yeah, get a good stick on him before you...
Yep.
There's that death.
There's that death that I was talking about. Now, see, it's funny because I remember it, because I was just like, wait, hold on a second. I think I die right here.
I remember that too. I wasn't gonna say anything because I wasn't 100% sure, but I remember watching you do this the other night, and yeah, there was I think there was one, maybe 2, not 100% on that one though. Oh, that would have been a nice stick right there. Those 2 elites were right on top of each other.
The weird part about some of these runs that you do, especially the videos that I put up, sometimes I feel like runs are like extremely lucky. Like I think right here where the elites are like kind of scattered throughout the hallway. Yep, there's that second death. Just dreadful. Just dreadful. Oh gosh. But yeah, there's going to be a portion, now I know there's going to be the portion where that's a lucky stick right there. There's going to be a portion where I'm going to actually get extremely lucky, where the elites are going to be like scattered throughout the hallway, and they're gonna kind of let me be able to pick them off one by one.
Yep.
And it's just sometimes I feel like the enemies or the AI sort of get spread out, and then it's like they don't like get back in their patrolling sectors or their sectors where they're supposed to cover, and you get lucky like that. But sometimes I think it's just after like 20 or 30 minutes of trying to beat the same area without losing 1 bar of health.
Yeah.
You just like figure out like, okay, if I sit here and wait long enough, or if I do this differently. But if you do get frustrated on this level, the one thing that I can say that you can do is you can just like completely skip to the bandana level, which is the silent cartographer, and you can literally go in and get the warthog from the start, turn around and drive all the way to the location to where you can get the bandana skull, and then you can just start the game over again with infinite ammo and infinite grenades. Now right here is what I'm talking about being extremely lucky. There's 2 elites right here, and that guy could have seriously just charged at me and killed me, but he didn't. And now I'm gonna get a couple lucky pistol shots on him. And this guy for some reason had no shields, just kind of running at me. I don't know.
He got popped down real quick. Well, you did throw a frag grenade back there, so I could have very well done it.
Go ahead and check out where we came from at the start. They're looking for us. I don't know what I'm doing right there. I don't know if I got stuck on that body or if I just like looked at my phone or something stupid, but that elite right there, you don't have to kill him. I always kept making sure that he was dead before that explosion, because I remember when I played the original one that there was a time where the guy actually got out and charged me. Alright, second set of tunnels here. These are the tunnels you definitely want to start killing people at. Because as you saw right there, he didn't initially react to me. And there's a guy right behind me already shooting at me. Like I was saying, they don't initially react, so you can actually literally walk past these little guys and you'll never ever, well, you'll get shot in the back is what'll happen.
Rat fucks.
Now right here, the Marines are sort of creating a bottleneck here, so you can kind of get in behind everybody and just throw grenades. And then right here, I didn't realize that those grunts were back there, so I kind of have to hide from them. After you throw a plasma grenade in there, if you don't get a lucky stick, usually the Marines will clean up the elites back there, so you don't really have to worry about them. And we're just going to go ahead and we're approaching one of my favorite parts of the level. This is a part that I've already talked about in other videos, but this is my favorite part of the entire Halo campaign. Is this portion. You've been running through the entire time. You don't really pick up very many frag grenades in this particular mission. There's not really a whole lot. So, but you get to use the Covenant plasma grenade, which, that's fine. But you don't really get to use any frag grenades until you come around a corner. And there's just a giant pile of them laying there, and pretty much a giant group of elites and grunts and such just kind of hanging out. And it's just such a euphoric feeling to be like, oh, finally, I get lobbing grenades at people, just amazing. And here, what I'm doing right here is I'm just going around and making sure that there are no elites that are gonna come up from behind me. And then I finally see this little grunt that I've been hearing for a minute. Just like I kept hearing an enemy, figuring that there was going to be this group of enemies. I was just like, that's what I thought I was hearing, but it was just that sole little lonely grunt. Oh, watch out for that health pack, man.
That was close.
Yeah, that would have just negated that one. Now at this point in the campaign, you don't have to worry about the overshield achievement. You've already got it. Because you didn't pick it up at either of the times that you could have. So right here, I mean, even if you were to die right here, over and over like I did, now here's that grenade pile I was talking about. Just throwing grenades, just, shooting some pistol shots, because I don't know what that grunt is doing over there in the corner, but he was just like high-fiving the wall or something. But yeah, like I was saying in the other guy, just go ahead and apply grenades liberally at this point.
I thought there's a lot of grenades.
Yeah. That's the other thing that you might want to do, is you might want to lob a grenade in the center of that before you charge out, especially if there's any enemies left, just to make sure you do clear up those plasma grenades. Alright, so now that we've cleared out all the enemies, this is pretty much going to wrap up this video. Well, not really wrap this video up, it's going to wrap up this portion of the video. We're going to go ahead and move on to the unpronounceable achievement, which is going to be exactly on the same level. But I didn't really have 3 skulls to put on. That's the requirement of this level. Love it how he just picks that guy up and just jerks him into the thing. In the first one it looked way cooler because it looks like he just picked him up and threw him in. But there's the achievement pop, you guys. See, overshields are for sissies. And then also, like I said, I just completed Pillar of Autumn for the first time, so I got that pop.
And walk it off.
Now we're going to go ahead and do a hard cut. And I'm going to actually show you the achievements to actually verify that, yes, I just did start this. As you can see, we already have the achievements. There they are. Overshields for sissies and walk it off. And then also completing the first level. Now after you've been playing the game for a couple of levels, and hopefully if you guys are following the guides for the skulls and terminals, you will pick up some skulls. And in those you can add any 3 skulls to any level on any difficulty, and it'll snag you the achievement. Basically I have Grunt Birthday Party bandana, and I have iron on because, you know, why not? I'm not gonna die. So,
Yeah, right.
I mean, you got bandana, you don't need anything else.
Yeah, you got grenades all day.
So we'll just go ahead and watch this guy flop on the ground again, and there you go. Try to pronounce that.
Nope.
Exactly. There's probably people in the comment section that'll be like, God, you guys are idiots. Anyway, this is Rydek from Rogue Sheep Gaming.
And Unaided Knave, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe.